When I sat here the first time, quandary and curiosity. When I sat here last October, it was crisis. And I wanted to know what it would be feeling like to sit up here in joy and gratitude. And I'm here appreciating the gap. Since I was last sitting before you, Esther, and with you, Abraham.
They call us Abrahamster. Or Estherham. Or Abester.
Wow. I've been doing heart yoga, and my wife and I are getting a divorce, and our wings are stretching into love, and we're becoming better friends than we've been in a long time. We got a full price offer on our house before we had even privately listed it at the recommendation of the realtor who said, I don't want to talk myself out of a sale, but you can do this. And it just seems absolutely awesome to be here now. And knowing that 2 days ago I was working in this place, and I let go to jump into the mystery, knowing that there's a San Diego out there. And when you said that about 5 years and then a year, I watched my anxiety build a little bit, and realizing that I don't have to feel that anxiety. After I saw you last and I went through having a position that I thought I was going to in the Southwest dissolve 7 days before I was going to leave this region, I went through 12 hours, not 12 days, 12 hours of despair and feeling lost. And then I woke up the next morning and I was driving to Asheville and I went, your work's still here right now. And I've just been having this amazing journey over the last 6 months. And I'm looking at everything that you just said to all of us, and I'm looking at flying someplace next Tuesday and having an interview on Tuesday afternoon to be in this place that's joyful and nurturing and abundant and looks an awful lot like this vision that I've held for so long that's way out there of this really big deal, healing center, wellness center, all of that. And I could be living in this place. And sometimes I find myself caught in this quandary of, but am I supposed to be doing somebody else's, or am I supposed to be building my own? And I still feel that a little bit,
Let's play the game just a little bit. So let's project yourself there, as you did. And then let's just for a moment pretend that it doesn't unfold in the way you thought it was going to. And now let's play the game. How can I be happy under these conditions?
Oh, get in my monster bus, which is a little Hyundai Elantra, and take a drive. Go to the next place. Or stand right here and go, oh, wow. Well, what's next? Like Sunday morning in December, or in November, when I thought I was going someplace, and now I'm driving to Asheville in the morning, and it's like, wow, this is an amazing place to be. It's sunny. I'm going to sit in this place with a group of people who are lovely and celebrate being here this morning.
So what you just did was you took a worst case scenario, which we encourage you to take, because it is a little active in your vibration. There's that little fear and little doubt that is there.
Yeah.
You looked at it head on because it was already in your vibration, so you addressed it. And then you said, even if that happens, what is there to be happy about? And in doing so, you disregarded what was bothering you and activated a different vibration. In other words, can you feel the power of that?
Yep.
So in time, what begins to occur to you, and we can feel it already has with you. In fact, it's the reason that you were the perfect one to begin with after what we've been talking about here, is that you reach the place where Your manual control over the circumstances of your life becomes unnecessary, even irrelevant, because you discover you have emotional control regardless of the conditions. And when you discover that you can be happy anyway, that you can have an emotional journey, that you can control your emotional standing, that you can therefore control your vibrational relativity, that you can therefore control your point of attraction, now there's no place that you can't get. You've heard us say before, but it never meant as much to you before. We say it a lot, that you'll get so good at focusing and creating feeling that it would become less important what actually happens. And sometimes when we say that to people who don't know what you now know, that scares them because they think we're just trying to get you to be happy without the things you want. And in essence, we are trying to get you to be happy without the things you want, because in being happy anyway without the things you want, then the things you want have to come. But we don't want you to be happy without the things you want so that you can get the things you want. You figured us out. We want you to be happy without the things you want, because we want you to be happy without the things you want, because we want you to be happy without the things you want.
You mean I can be happy up here without crisis?
We want you to be happy. We want you to understand that you can be happy in the crack. Now, in the crack is without the manifestation of all the things that you want, isn't it? Isn't that tricky? People will say, Abraham, I want to be over there. And we'll say, what's over there? And they'll say, well, it's sure a lot better than what's over here. We'll say, well, what is over there? Why do you want to be over there? And it's hard for most of them to talk about what's over there because they're so over here. And as long as their vibration is about what's over here, they can't get over there. But it feels fraudulent to so many of them to pretend they're over there when they're really over here. And yet you got to feel like you're over there before you can get over there. And that's why we want you to be happy without the things you want so that you can get the things you want. But no, wait, that's wrong. We don't want you to be happy without the things you want so that you can get the things you want. We want you to be happy, and then you'll get the things you want. But we don't want you to be happy so that you can get the things you want, because there's a backlash in that. If I be happy to get the things I want, now I'm noticing that I don't have the things I want, and now I'm not happy. Can you hear how interesting this is? I want to be happy under these conditions because I want to be happy. I want to be happy. And we know that there isn't anything that any of you want for any other reason that you think you'll be happy when you get there. So what if you could be happy before you get there? We're not trying to trick you. We're not trying to trick you into giving in to not having the things you want. We're giving you the shortcut to the things you want. So when people say, how you doing on that goal? Great. Oh, did it happen? You mean, did it happen? No. Then why are you so happy? Because it's happening. Well, how do you know it's happening if it hasn't happened? Because I can tell by the way I feel. Oh man, you're just delusional, they'll tell you. Nobody should ever be happy until you have evidence. And we say, you got to be happy before the evidence, or the evidence can't come. And if you will look at the things that have come, there is no evidence anywhere of anybody ever receiving anything that was different from their vibrational output, you see. It's possible you were offering vibration and not knowing you were offering it. In other words, it's possible you were happy, and that you were just so used to being happy you didn't know what alignment felt like. And it's possible that you were so unhappy that you didn't know you were unhappy because you're so comfortable in it that you don't know what misalignment feels like. It's possible you don't know what you're doing with your vibration, but it is not possible to be a vibrational match to something and not have full manifestation of it. Just as it is not possible to not be a match of it and have manifestation of it. So we see it this way, and we give this to you lovingly. You got no choice. You have no choice but to be happy about what's not happening. And when you are, what you want will happen.
I used to hear you say that, at the openings. And I always thought, God, I'd like to be there.
Now you get it.
And I am.
We agree.
Thank you.
Yes, indeed.